My mom has arthritis issues, and so a number of years ago, she started having difficulty going upstairs to their bedroom. So we reconfigured and moved their bedroom downstairs to make it easier for them because we want to keep them in the house as long as possible. But then during COVID, my dad had a stroke, and dad was kind of the main helper for mom. But after the stroke, mom started having to do more to help dad out. So that's when we started talking about bringing somebody in for some help. And, we did it a little bit here and there as they needed to.
So we've been helping Pat Knox out with her husband Chuck for well over a year now. And so she engaged us to try to help around the house, help him with his daily activities, and also a little respite so she can get away and do things and know that someone's with him and he'll stay safe. And then he started having some falls. And at some point, you have to assess whether or not it's safe to care for your loved one at home.
About a year ago, my dad fell in the kitchen, ended up with stitches and partial hip replacement because he broke his hip. And that was kind of the telltale because he needed care every day. He needed help at that point. And to me, that was when, especially after he got home from rehab, that was when like the financial side of it really kicked up a notch. And I said, we need to really talk and think through, what do you want to do next?
The Knoxes have a daughter, Allison, who lives way out east. And like many adult children, it's difficult. Your parents need help and you're so far away. So we worked with Allison throughout this whole process. She could call us at any time. She could find out what was going on. We could provide advice, resources as things started getting to that point where it was time to consider moving out of their house and into assisted living. She was a whole part of that process too.
It was overwhelming. And when you think of that many years in a place with every drawer, every cabinet, every closet just full, and then also with the house, things happening in the house, and we kept hearing, well, with the age of the house, it's not surprising that we had the plumber in for this, and then we had the plumber in for that. And I felt like the old days, they talk about the super in the apartment building that had to be sure everything worked, and that was what I was feeling. We had other family members living in the house upstairs, but we didn't have their schedule. Were you gonna, if you were gonna fall, was it gonna be convenient that your grandson would happen to be there? Sometimes it was, and he could help me get up. Other times it was the EMTs that we had to call or get to the hospital.
And at that point, we were happy to advise Pat. We referred him to Bryan Devore to help with any real estate questions. We referred her to Mike and Kathy Ellis, who are experts in finding senior placement. And ultimately, they found their way to Aegis Living at Shadow Ridge, where they are today.
Aegis Living is an assisted living and memory care. We offer 88 apartments. We're located in the Shadow Ridge area of Oceanside. The whole idea of coming to assisted living is to take the stress of the house and the maintenance, everything that goes along with that, out of their lives so they can focus on their health and their quality of life. So finding solutions like assisted living that offer the housekeeping, the laundry service. We even do daily tidy up service where we're going to go in and make the bed, take out the trash, tidy up their apartment. We provide transportation and a ton of activities to get that socialization that they don't get at home.
Mom liked the mature landscaping. It kind of reminded her of their own house and their yard. So that was big. But it was just, a lot of it was just kind of going there and checking it out, and the feel and the friendliness of the people and the staff and the other residents there that I think really kind of sealed the deal for Mom.
When you drive up, there is like a portico or something that it's not like getting out and stepping into the office or something. You get out, there's a nice area. It had an appeal that you couldn't really put into words. We both walked in and it just spoke to us, I think.
The home assistants at Brightstar, Dan was able to connect me with Bryan Devore and explain some of the different services that Bryan and his team of helpers could leverage, including not just to help with the real estate and the sale of the house, but also with the actual move. And one of the things that my mother was quite excited about, especially, was the being able to not just have help packing, but also the unpacking on the other end, and making sure that they were taking stuff that they could fit comfortably without trying to stuff things in a small space because they'd be downsizing, and that helped me, especially 3,000 miles away, be able to say, okay, I don't have to be there every single step of the way. I can come in a few days before they move, and then be there for a few days after they move to try to help get them settled, and then know that there are still people on the ground who, if they really needed some more help, could get them the help they need.
So in working with families, change is difficult and it can be put off, and some people wait too long. But once residents move in and they are in their new home, they always wish they had done it sooner than later.
She does flower arranging. The flowers go on the dining room table. Each table has a different flower arrangement. Everybody says I should have moved sooner because everything's taken off your you don't have any responsibilities anymore. Everything is done for you or with you.
They love the meals. I think they both appreciate being able to order whatever food kind of tickles their fancy, and the menu is very good. But also they're getting more exercise because they're actually walking down to the dining room a few times a day, and they're doing things like mom and dad have been going to bingo, and sometimes they do the trivia activities, and so they're starting to find a new rhythm and a new pace. And I think that once they get a few more weeks under their belt, they're going to be just like, why did we ever think we wouldn't come here?